What's up, guys? Today we're playing Epic 7, and today we're starting a brand new project. We are on a subscriber account. Now, this person, they want us to look at their heroes and see maybe what they can improve. Going into Nightmare Raid, doing some PvP, and overall just improving the gear and the builds for their heroes. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to find today, but I'm looking forward to getting a little bit nosy, getting a little bit dirty, and seeing exactly what he's been up to. I have to say, I do love the beach background. Now, most of the time, it's people in bikinis and surf suits, but one time it came up with Church of Ilaros Axe, and whatever is happening right here, I can't unsee this, and now it's sort of haunting me forever. Let's go into the sanctuary and see what we're looking at. Force of Souls 323. Now this one is not a bad option. I see people go 332 as well. I did an analysis of this, and it's about 3 to 5 million gold per year, and also a few Spirit Blooms. So that's something that you can consider whether you want to do that. Heart of Orbis 333, very nice. Alchemist Steeple 033. Okay. Now what I usually do is I go with a 032. This extra 5%, it translates to about 4 of your materials as you are doing your equipment conversion. So I like to keep the gold. If you want to have the extra materials, then go with that. I think either one is acceptable. No wrong answer here. 333 on Steel Workshop, have to have that. And then we have a 111, good, with Hunt and War Mission. One thing I do like to see is that when you're doing your missions, go with the 1 energy. That's going to give you the best ratio of reward. If you're logging in all day long too, you can get quite a lot of this currency, but also make sure that you're using your 10 and 6% heroes here that need XP. Very important. Well, not very important, but you're missing out on getting additional XP for basically doing what you would do anyway if you don't have people who need XP in these slots. Now, if you are maxed out, if you have a lot of heroes that don't need to do any more leveling, then just put in whoever you can, and I think that would be okay. But this, with everyone needing XP, that's the best way to go. Next up, let's go ahead and look at pets. I find that the difference between veteran and sort of newer players lies in the pets. And we do have 5-star here. Okay, triple S, triple S, triple S, triple S. This is pro. Very nice, and they're all maxed out. Now this one here isn't actually needed. This is the side story pet. And I thought I already saw a side story pet right here. They changed in pets for your um, appearances. So now you can change the appearance of your pet without going in and leveling up a new pet. When we're looking at the tavern pet, good and great success. That's something I used to run. Now I run equipment enhance XP, hero XP, and gold from selling equipment. If you already have a pet that has a triple S like this, I would just leave it. Honestly, it's not worth it to go back and like redo everything. But if you're taking a tavern pet up for the first time and you go to triple S, I would go for the equipment enhance, the gold from selling equipment, and the enhanced XP from your heroes. Let's go now into the guild. Daily reward, we're going to go ahead and collect that. And let's look at the guild record. Now, what I want to see is what people are buying. We see Blessing of Knowledge, Blessing of Wealth. These are very good. At a minimum, you should do Blessing of Wealth all the time. And scrolling down here, we don't see any of the energy purchases. We do see a guild supply chest. Now, this is something that I personally don't like to do, and I'll show you why. When we come into the captain shop, we see that the guild supply chest is 300. In here, you have a chance to get sky stones. I think it's like 150. Brave creds, which we don't care about because that's free anyway. And some mystic metals, it's like 40 for 300. Now, if we were to spend that same 300 buying energy, that's 10 times 500 energy. I would rather have 500 energy to do more of my hunts, more of my missions, than to have the possibility of maybe sometime getting a mystic metal. The sky stones alone, you get 150 sky stones. If you use those sky stones to buy energy, that's about 300 versus 500 energy here. What I would do is I would only buy the 50 energy every single day. Once you get 800 of these, then maybe you buy the guild supply chest. But that's what I would do. Now you have 16,000 gold. I would take this down to about 10, or that's million, 16 million. I would buy 5 or 6 of the energy and just get this down. You can't spend it on anything anyway, and you're obviously not spending enough buying the blessings to have to worry about it. This is something you can give to your guild that's, extra. Here we go. Very nice. Getting a lot of rewards, doing your rewards every day. Very good. Now, this person has 500 proof of courage. You need to be donating gold and proof of courage every day. This is going to give you your currency to buy out your artifacts. Coming into the member shop, okay, you don't need Victorious Flag, but Warhorn you definitely need to be buying this. Let's see what you're buying. Okay, very nice. You got these. Spear Blooms, Molagora, Catalyst, Equipment Conversion, Labyrinth Compass. That's all very nice. And then you know what? I would also recommend, well, after you buy all of your artifacts, I would also recommend buying this 150 Equipment Conversion chest. That way you can get a lot of endgame gear as you're going and you're really developing your heroes. But that's something to do after you get all of your artifacts. Let's go now into the aid. Okay, you're doing Mandrake Claws. Very nice. I request them. You give them to me. I give them to you. 30 Brave Crest every single time. If you guys are real tight, you can give some Catalyst. I never do, though, because we always need Catalyst. And now let's go ahead and go into the World Boss. World Boss, very nice. It looks like you're almost done with your missions here to get more equipment conversion chests. This is going to be a way that you can get more endgame gear. If you join a guild for no other reason, make sure that you are doing aid and make sure that you're doing the World Boss. Now, what I want to see is 500s across the board. Hey, that's pretty good. Your gear can't be that bad if you're getting 500s across the board. For those of you who don't do this, or for those of you who don't understand how it works, you're not actually battling him. It's more like a gear check. So you can just click skip and it's going to give you your results. The HP bar is not an actual HP bar, it's a timer. So you're never going to win this battle. It's just purely for rewards. Oh, we get an epic catalyst. Good. We get a lot of stuff that we need. Occasionally, I get a full list of the gold, which I hate because I have like 1,000,000,000 gold now. It's utterly ridiculous. Let's go ahead. What we want to see here is we want to see 500 or more and 4 of the same elements. That way you can get enhanced elements, and up to 150 to 200% is where we want to be. Now, I know a lot of people out there, they don't have enough heroes that are geared. You get a lot of free gear from playing the game. Throw it on heroes that you don't use and get your CP up, then utilize them into the world boss, and you can get a lot of these rewards. Pretty good. Now on my account, I'm scoring 6 to 7 million per, and you are scoring the same thing, so very in-game, very nice. That's the way to get rewards. Now let's come in and take a look at their arena. We can see that they are inactive. They're champion 5, which is amazing. This is going to give you a lot of sky stones every single week just by hanging out in the champion rank. But what you're missing by not doing any attacks is you're missing out on all the conquest points. When we look, we can see that they are fairly inactive. For the past several weeks, they have not been doing arena. If you're not doing arena at all, this means that you're missing out on 300 to 500 conquest points. That is especially going to affect you when you don't have those old arena sets. Conquest and newer, the level 88 gear rolls very well. That's when they upgraded the substats. So now it's going to roll as if it's level 90 reforged a lot of the time. You're going to get 90, 95, 100 gear score on that gear. So make sure that you're buying that. And you can't buy it if you're not doing arena. Now, let's say that you don't have any time to do arena. What you're going to do is you're going to come in and you're just going to battle one guy and lose to him 2 times in a row. And then every time after that, you will not drop a rank. We'll go ahead and keep this here. We're going to lose again, and then we're just going to keep losing. And every time you do, you're going to get 3 of those conquest points. And then on top of that, you're going to get more conquest points from getting your consecutive battles. So very, very important that you come in and do this. Just come in and lose. Who cares? No one knows. There's your repeat battle challenge, and it's going to be fine. Now let's pretend that you do want to fight into your arena. You can pretty much auto battle every single battle up until like legend. It's the most ridiculous meta that we've had so far in Epic 7 because people are lazy. Now we have Landy, and what Landy does is she prevents the cleave, or at least adds a little bit of RNG into the cleave. But what she doesn't do is she doesn't actually defend that well. So here is our third loss, and we see that we're no longer going to lose victory points. So coming in and battling this one, what you want to do is just select people that need to have friendship. Fill up your team with the friendship. People need friendship. They don't need gear even. You're going to come in, you're going to lose anyway. You're going to burn down your arena tickets and you're going to collect all those conquest points.
Behold!
Now, what I like to do is I like to put Zio on this team, especially if you need a Zio who needs friendship. And then you're not going to get outsped. They're not going to get off an S number 3, and you have the little animation or whatever. And then you're going to get friendship times 4, and you're going to get the conquest points. Now let's pretend that you want to win against these teams. It doesn't matter which team that you choose. Let's just go ahead and just pick this team here. You can pretty much auto battle every single team with this combination. What I want is some sort of dark tank. So when we go to our dark units, this is going to be like a Ravi. This is going to be like a dark Corvus, right? You want someone who can tank out the enemy Landy, the enemy Sirmia, and these are good choices. Now I prefer dark Corvus. He can't be stunned, which means that the enemy Airwell is not going to get the better of him. Now we're going to come into our knights. I like to use 2 knights, and 1 knight that's very good is Last Rider Crow if you have him, because not only are you going to mitigate some of that damage from the enemy by having 2 knights, but he's also good for damage. You can also use something like a Karina. You can also use something like a Senya. Those are very good. Now, if you have a Crow, a blue Crow, and this person does not have a blue Crow, then I recommend using them here. And the reason is because now you have someone to tank out the Luluka. Now you have someone that can tank out a Rimuru or a Senya, and he just gets hit all day, right? This person doesn't have blue Crow, so we can go ahead and use Airwell. Now, if you don't have an Airwell, well, you really need to have an Airwell. She is amazing. Shadow Knight Pillis is also very good, and you can use her right there in this slot, and she'll do a little bit less damage. The problem with using Pillis here is that she's dark, and Dark Corvus is dark. We want all of these light units to hit our dark units. Now, another thing you can do is use 2 healers, and just use 2 healers. That way, you have your Rowana to mitigate against the counterattacks. But then you have another healer backup, maybe someone with Resurrect like a Dustina, or someone like a Maid Chloe, and she's going to do great. And then speaking of that, we have Rowana. Now I like to use my Rowana onto a counter set with Celestine. You can use her with Stella Harpa, and that's all right. I think that's all right. And this build, not too bad at all. We want to see 22k HP or so. Everything else, pretty much exactly the same. And then let's just go ahead and go with this. Let's go in and battle. We're just going to hit auto and see how it goes.
You think you can defeat me?
Oh, there's no need to thank me.
All right, let's roll. No, you can't stop this.
The people I love, I won't lose them again.
Don't ever ignore the power of someone who has something to protect.
Generous Rekos, please protect us. Hey you, watch out! I tried to warn them.
You force me to reveal my strength. See the power of the Archdemon.
You ready, partner? Charge! Full throttle!
I was born to be a hero. By my destiny, I will cut you down. Here's one on the house.
I will give you death and save you from this world.
Those who stray from the path of righteousness shall be punished.
This is insane. Why am I so busy? There's never enough time.
Weapon system deploying now. Run them through, Big
May the holy light save us all.
A crisis.
Okay.
Let this be proof of the promise I made.
Behold!
Whenever, wherever. That's the Lulaka promise.
The weight of the oath I've taken will be brought down upon you.
Until all is in ruin.
All right, let's roll. No, you can't stop this.
I'm still searching for the path I must take.
Well, that was fun, but the real reason why we're here is to check out the heroes. This is the one thing that they said they needed help with, and even though it's fun poking around, I really want to focus on this. Now, we did have about 75 heroes here that had favorited, and I needed to organize, so I had to remove all your favorites. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you have to redo them, but hopefully you'll be happy with the builds that we're going to create. Let's go ahead and look at your gear. First up is Politis. This is your highest CP hero. Now, we saw that you were doing pretty good damage into the world boss, so having low CP on a lot of your heroes is a little bit strange to me. I expected to see much better heroes. Now, this Politis is actually built pretty well. We have 3,500 attack. We have 100 crit chance, 320, and some speed. I think that this is a good build. I would probably change her artifact into a Portrait of the Saviors, or maybe into an Abyssal Crown, something like that for some extra stuns. The gear we're looking at here is nice. Okay, we have a 78. We have a 90. 81. Dude, you're doing a good job. You must be watching my videos. Running some pretty good equipment. That's not bad at all. What do you need help with? This looks pretty good. Now we're coming into a Senya. Senya, I want to have a 5,000 attack. I want about 1,500 defense and about 20k onto the HP. And you can run her a little bit slower, something like 180, 190. Everything else, effectiveness and effect resist. Now you're running her onto a damage-based artifact, so you want to use the number 3 exclusive equipment here. Number 2 is no good because her barrier is not very strong. You could use number 1 as well if you are going into a battle without a healer or without mitigation. Number 1 could help you, but I find that the healing is not enough. It's not enough. What I would want to do if I'm going to run her on her own artifact is use the number 3 for the 70% increase onto her damage. This gear looking pretty good again. Yeah, man, you're doing a good job. Now we come up to a speed landy. Not bad for a speed landy. I would probably want to see. I would probably want to see more bulk or more attack here with everything else the same. I actually run mine about 220 speed, and I like to run her onto Rosa. Now Bloodstone is good if you want to do something like the Hell Raid Queen Dagger Sakar mission, because then you can heal up a little bit while taking 4 Rangers. But mostly, again, if you're playing standard, you're bringing mitigation, so you don't need to have Bloodstone. You would bring her in for something else, something like a more damage-based role, or because she gets CR boost on her S number 3, then you would use her for that. Here we go with the Savior Aiden next. I want to see her at 260 speed or 180 speed. At 260, you would run her a little bit less attack. And what you're doing at that point is you're trying to get your invincibility up as soon as possible. At 180, she really needs to be at 350 crit damage onto a pen set. Looks like you're using Gavalites. Actually didn't roll too bad. You have an 88. Yours rolled better than mine. Now this one, nice. 40 attack, pretty nice. It looks like to me that you probably used her into Nightmare Queen. I posted a video on Nightmare Queen to where she can come in with Camilla and start to wreck some stuff. I don't typically see a set like this, but she probably does work. Not PvP though, not PvP, unless you typically use her onto an evasion artifact and you just switched her out for Nightmare. We're gonna see what we can do with her. Zahak, one of my very favorite heroes. We have the number 1 exclusive equipment. That one is good, maxed out. Best in slot, Symbol of Unity, 4,000, 240, 304. Okay, so when you're using a Zahak, I want to see something like 260 speed. That way, at 260, you're going to outspeed your enemy Savior Aidens. You're going to outspeed your enemy um, Moonlight Shoe. You're going to outspeed a lot of these enemy heroes like a Luluka, right? Like the ice cream serving Luluka. I don't know what her name is. She's annoying. So you want to run him, I think, at 260, keep everything the same. Now, if you want to go 50 crit chance, then you will crit everyone who doesn't have a crit mitigation buff. Now, what I like to do is run him at 100 crit chance. That way, when you bring him into a Moonlight Landy, you can crit her whole team, right? You don't need to strip them out. You just crit them right away. You can crit a Senya and kill them straight off the bat. Now, we're looking at some of your gear. Can you create that much stats onto your Zahak? Yeah, I don't like that. Oh, it looks like you built some of this gear just for Zahak without the crit chance. Okay, I understand now. So let's go in and see, what kind of gear that you have. Do you have gear just laying around that you'll be able to even create this? We want to see a pen set. Okay, 236, increasing on that. Okay, now this is good. This is good. This is pretty much how I run my Zahak. 264, good attack, good crit chance, a little bit less onto crit damage. Pretty good, pretty good. Now, the only reason to bring him up, this is much more damage. This is to specifically counter Moonlight Landy, you know, Shu, and that sort of thing. You're pretty much should be one-shotting things like Shu and Senya, provided that you crit them, but you're not going to crit them onto this set. So we're going to think about that and see what kind of gear that we're going to now switch around. Here we go. Vivian, low crit damage, probably an attack necklace. Yep, there it is. Um, Vivian, I don't really use into PvP. She's mostly for hunts. So if you want to one-shot some hunts, I'll build you some one-shot teams, and that's where Vivian's going to come into play. Bihu is next. We have the... Is it a girl? Is it a guy? I don't know. It's a fox. It's a nine-tail fox? Six-tail fox? Anyway, it's a fire person. Is it a person? I don't even know what it. Let's just move on. We have exclusive equipment for increasing attack after an S number 3. Now, Bihu is the burn person who has no burns. So I like to use the burn on S number 1, but it's only 1 turn. I wish this was 2-turn burn. Then this person, I was gonna call her a chick. I don't know. Is it a chick? Is it a dude? We're getting off topic. Bihu actually, you know, built really well. Yeah, build your carrot like this. Build your Bihu like this. Build your Cowrick like this, Moonlight Cowrick, right? If you guys want to build them just like this. They'll work out great. 19 speed, good. Yeah. Uh, it's okay. It's okay. We can mod this. What would you mod it to? I guess effectiveness. Let's move on. That one's pretty good. We're missing an artifact here. Now you're running a Destruction, Spectre Tenebria. Destruction, I'd like to see her onto Penset. You might not be farming C13. We're going to take a look at that maybe in the next video. If you're going to run her like this is a valid way to run her for sure. I like to run her on a Proof of Valor because I find that she dies. Yeah, my Spectre Tenebria always dies. I almost never use her anymore because she just gets owned. But good build. I like this build. Briar Witch, here we go. Briar Witch. I pulled Briar Witch on her very first banner. I've been using her for years. I don't like the changes they made to Briar Witch because now I can't slow burn her S number 3 and cleave. So I have to switch it up. So her new build is faster, more attack than crit damage because she does get that extra little bit of damage at the end, right? Maybe I'm thinking the wrong hero. No, Briar Witch. Yeah. Okay, so I think that what we want to do is go with more attack and more speed, a little bit less crit damage. But otherwise, she looks good. You have her onto Guiding Light, which means that you're using her into RTA, or else there's no reason to bring Guiding Light. Lorena now, she's solid. I like her. This is the Lorena that we're going to use for C13 one-shot. If you don't have her already, I like it. I do. Ras. Now this person already beat Abyss. I did scope that out. They beat Abyss, so we don't have to use Ras for Abyss. If you're doing that, you want to have 85% effectiveness. Now I like to use Ras onto the Secretary Vera Nightmare. So this person, I looked at their labyrinth. They have not completed Nightmare Vera. So we're going to build you a Ras and a fire team to go and do that. More HP, more effectiveness, a little bit more speed, maybe if we can do it. And we're going to try and go for an Aureus. Angel of Light. Man, Angel of Light, she's so awesome. She broke the game. And she's so boss. She doesn't even need shoes. You can't see it. She's barefoot. So she will murder you without shoes, which is pretty hot. Now theirs is built. Yours is built nice. I like it. Yeah, it's good. 240. I like her at 240. Go for 200 effectiveness if you can. And you have her on to Spirit's Breath, which is pro. Right, yeah. Speed and hit set. Doing a good job. I like that. Now we can probably deck her out a little bit more, but really we don't even need to. Last Rider Crow now. He's perfect. What can I say? Last Rider Crow. Good job. I like him. We see 26k, 17, 200, and 108 effect resist. Now you can run him a little faster if you want. Probably not necessary. He's going to work out pretty good. Haste onto Cruel Mischief. Maybe you're going for like burn or bleed inside the Hall of Trials. I don't know. Haste. Now haste is okay if you're going to build him for Rift, right? So that's really what you want to focus on. This is kind of, I don't really know what you're going for here. Haste, haste can be useful, but all kinds of broken sets. I'm kind of seeing that you had some gear left over and you put it on heroes. Maybe you needed some space or some storage, or you didn't know how to use them, and maybe you were trying them out. So we're gonna strip some heroes like haste moving forward. We see the attack set here with the crit chance. It's pretty good. This is from Arena, rolled an 86, not bad at all. This is basically where you're putting your leftover gear. Now you can use your free spirit if you're going into like a Banshee 13 one-shot team. So we're gonna try and look at that. Looks like you're just farming with her onto the side story right now. Airwell is next. Airwell. Oh my goodness. We saw in our arena that Airwell was getting debuffed, and now we know why. So we have 140 effect resist. When we come in and look at Airwell, she gets 100 effectiveness when she doesn't have a debuff. So you need to get 200% effect resist. And I mean, this +6 piece doesn't help. I want to see some good stats, defense, health, effect resist, speed, if we can, on every single piece. Try for 20 or more effect resist. That would help out quite a lot. That way you don't need to get an effect resist ring. Okay, and here's why we have so much effectiveness. It's it's on pen set and a crit chance. Yeah, a crit chance. We can do better than this. We can. I see some of your gear, man. We can do better than this. We want 25k here, 200. See if we can get 15. Airwell, amazing. We're gonna deck her out. Cowrick now, honestly, pretty good. 20 more speed if you can get it. And you're running him on Warhorn. Perfect. Good looking Cowrick. Want a little bit more speed here. And last piece, Karen. I'm gonna say nope. I'm going to say nope. We're going to take this gear, we're going to put it on someone else, and they're going to work better for you. Apocalypse Ravi, I'm going to say nope as well. Yeah. Better to have 220 crit chance with 30k health than 21k health and 300 crit damage. I ran a speed Ravi for a long time. I do like to have the bulk a lot more. If you're going to run it like this, probably Proof of Valor, right? Because she's going to get one-shotted by Straws or by so many heroes. So I would want to have her more bulky and on pen set. So we're gonna see what we can do with your Ravi. Carrot, just like Bihu, we have attack, we have some bulk, we need some more defense here. Otherwise, you're looking pretty nice. All broken sets again, all broken sets. If you run broken sets to achieve your goals, that's not too bad. The problem with this now becomes that you are missing out on some stats. Like if I ran this speed with HP, then I will have the speed set bonus and the HP bonus. But you're running HP with no 4-set bonus. You need to run 2-set, 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 or 4-set bonus. And that's going to help you to have better heroes with higher CP. So that's why they're looking pretty low. Let's look at, let's skip some of these. Let's look at Tywin. He's perfect. I love him. Good looking Tywin. Let's look at Pillis now. Not bulky enough. 20k. 20k onto HP. You're using a crit chance necklace. Don't like it. We're going to see if we can get rid of that and upgrade her a little bit. Seaside Bologna, not enough of anything. She needs to either be bulky with high attack and no crit chance, no crit damage, or you need 4,000 attack and 185 speed so that you can one-shot that first wave onto your C13. Karina, and Karina's awesome, isn't she? We don't have her artifact. That's okay. We can try and keep this one. And otherwise, she looks good. No effectiveness. We want to take all that and put it into effect resist. Otherwise, she's looking pretty good. Pretty good here as well. I think you don't need a crit chance on her, right? You're probably just like me. You don't run crit damage without crit chance, so it's hard to gear her out. I understand. I totally get it. But we want to lower this crit chance, maybe put it on someone else. We want to get under 9k health as well. And that torrent set will help out quite a lot. Now, torrent set. Okay, not bad, yeah. Torrent set. Sometimes I see health percent on torrent set. Never do that. Health percent on torrent set. That is just going to shoot yourself in the foot. This one looks good. I would rather have some speed here, but otherwise pretty nice. Let's look at Conqueror Lilius. Okay, she's on an HP build instead of a speed build. She looks good. 260. You can run her up to 300. 260 is good. I actually don't like Border Coin. I like to run her onto Music Box or onto Championship Trophy. She's not bad on Border Coin. It's just not my favorite. Here we go. Bissell Euphine. We're gonna do a couple of more. And I kind of want to see how fast you can go. Before then, we take a break, and we're gonna come back tomorrow and start to strip these heroes out. Now, I want to see on Abyssal Euphine, I like to see 20k health if you can, and 2000 is good. Yeah, not bad, just more health. We can do that. Let's go to Dark Corvus. Dark Corvus looks perfect. 30k, okay, good. And we have Prayer Beads, which is my favorite artifact to run on him. We want to level this up, otherwise really nice. Let's go Lionheart Sirmia. Not too bad. We want over 2k defense. I'd like to get some more HP. Otherwise, you're looking pretty good. And then let's look at speed. So your fastest hero here is Lua. You have too many openers, though. You have a Lua opener, you have a Ran opener, you have a Paver opener, you have a semi-opener Conqueror Lilius. You're fast. You're pretty fast. But I think that we can take some of this gear and put it on some heroes that maybe we can boost them up closer to 300. We're going to see what kind of speed gear that you have. We're going to need some that are 19 plus to get that high. I don't know why I looked at the boots. We don't actually need to look at the boots. There's a 21. Yeah, 21. This ran not usable. There's another 19. Honestly, you have better helmets than I have by a lot. I looked at boots again. Ran not usable like this though. He's not helping anyone, and he's not helping anyone on Music Box for sure. Let's go back to Angel of Light just because she is cool. I like it. I think you're doing a great job. I think that we can organize things a little bit better, take some things off of some heroes that maybe you're not using, and organize that gear onto heroes that you are using to make them a lot better. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to strip out some heroes and we're going to start gearing them up. We're also maybe going to roll some gear depending on what kind of gear I see once we get into the actual gear inventory and once we strip some guys out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. My channel is nonprofit, so any revenue from this video and all my videos benefits the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. Give me a like so other people just like you can find it as well. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck on your battles.